Hey there, good morning, I'm John. Today is Wednesday, March 5th, 2025, and welcome to another entry in my ritual morning stand-up daily vlog, where each morning I come into the little studio, turn on my lights and camera, and talk to you about what I've been doing next, and how it's going in my endeavors to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. So midweek here, so this is usually a day of pure production. So we'll see how today goes. I know what I want to get accomplished, but I'm bit off quite a bit more than I know I can chew. So let's start with yesterday. So yesterday morning was the podcast edit. Unsurprisingly, tremendous time. A lot of good conversation, a lot of creation of inside jokes. We spent probably 15 minutes razzing Glenn Just, who popped into the chat for the first time and had trouble getting the chat to work. And it's just that kind of little extemporaneous stuff that happens in the course of the live stream. It's not really about the edit itself. It's more about the hanging out during the edit. It's like coworkers, you know, kind of cutting up in amongst the work. I think we had about 80 people pop through. Several people renewed their Prime sub. So thank you, as I say on that thing every time, thank you once again for hanging out with me, making that work fun. So that is all edited, published, scheduled and everything, and it will go live tomorrow morning, Thursday. And you might remember that we only recorded one on Friday because Mo was out. We'll record another one this Friday. So that one's not ready to roll yet. Let's see. I chose what I hope to be a midweek video. It may end up being an end of week video. We'll see how much time it takes, how much I can get done on it today. But I began research. I began charting it out. It's a tier ranking video. I've not done one of those in a while, and there are several that I've been wanting to do. And I think it's high time to do one of those because A, I like them, and B, they continue. Those tier ranking videos regularly get views. They have super evergreen. And the fact that they're quick hits, you know, it keeps people tuned in because you only talk about a game for like, 90 seconds and move to the next one. So it has really good retention, and so it gets recommended a lot. So more tier rankings are good. There are plenty more to do. And here's one that I think I can accomplish without breaking the bank and taking, the first one I ever did was an Activision with 22 games. That was half of them. I broke that video in half. I should have started smaller, but so I have some, about a dozen games to work with here, and I have to, make sure I understand each one that I don't already, record the footage, write something about it, record that. It's a huge edit. It's an undertaking, but it's worth it. And also, those can be chopped up into shorts. So I chose that and began working on it some yesterday in the afternoon. Additionally, Jeremiah bullied me into doing a live stream last night. Thank you for that nudge. I was looking for a day that I could do a live stream of this Roasty Buds VCS exclusive game. I actually talk about it in the podcast that's coming out tomorrow because I've been playing it. So last night I did a live stream. And it had been a while since I'd done one, but incredibly well attended. I can show you the stats here. I think at any given time it was full house of 60 to 80 or 70 some odd people in the stream at any given time. We had a lot of folks gifting memberships to the channel, which means more people will take the benefit of seeing Friday Plays early, and hopefully some of those who were gifted a membership will stick around. That's the double benefit of gifting those memberships. So those of you who did, thank you so much. And that was wrapped up about 8 o'clock or so. I had some dinner and wound down. So quickly, let's talk about the stats. Still not the best stats in the world, but they're ours, so we're going to take a look at them. So here's the little chart that I have. Ideally, I'd like to be at or above this midpoint, which represents 13,000 views and 130 subscribers average over the last 7 days. Still subpar, 10.3 thousand views, as we'd expect. 173 subscribers, though, still above our 130. Still humming along with that. The upper left there, you can see the last 28 days stats, and you can see it's just been kind of a little up and down, nothing super spiky. However, with the continued performance of subscribers and the work that our advertising is doing, we hit another semi-major milestone, right? So yesterday we were at 83,800 and about 3/4 when we spoke to you, and this morning, of course we hit 83.9. This morning we're at 84,000 and almost 84.1. It's 83,080 or 85 or something like that. Nearly another 100. So what does that make us? 16? 16,000 away from that elusive 100,000. And that 100,000 doesn't do anything magical. It just is a huge milestone and accomplishment to recognize. But I mean, the day that I hit 100,000 will be a day like today. I'll just be going back to work. But it's certainly something to look forward to on the horizon. So, all right, so let's talk about today. Primarily today, I'm going to focus all I can. I would love to get out the tier ranking video by tonight. That's my target. Tier ranking videos take a lot of production because it's not one production. It's, a dozen little productions that I have to get through. And I make sure that I understand what I'm talking about with each one of these games. I'd like to get that out by today. Assuming I get that done, or maybe I have to take a brain break and do something else. I have a little bit of preparation for the podcast recording on Friday that I can kind of nibble on. I have to button up any Friday plays preparation because I'll be jumping into that tomorrow. My fallback is if I can't finish the tier ranking video for today, that'll be Friday production to finish up for a Saturday release, which is also a good time to release it. So just keep those possibilities in my mind. And finally, I'll tell you that I'll talk more about it as we get closer, but I just got verification. I've been in communication with our friends at My Arcade. They contacted me asking me to come out for a business trip for a couple of days as a consultant. There maybe a couple of these coming up in the near term. And so this means a couple of days out of the office, but it's a paying gig, right? So they'll cover the travel and expenses and everything and pay me for my expertise for a couple of days for some meetings and then leave. And it's a great position to be in. It's not like a regular income thing, but it's it not only does it bolster the bottom line and ensure that we have continuous income, but also it's another notch in my belt when I'm when I'm speaking to people about why would you want me to come to your convention, or why would you? Well, I'm a consultant for this. I've been to CES a couple of times, those things. So that company really. They've communicated to me they really appreciate my enthusiasm and my honest opinion that I share about stuff, and I definitely do that. So, I'll talk more about that a little bit later. It's not really, that's about the most I can tell you really, because the rest of it is confidential. But that's something that's coming up on the horizon. So a couple of days at the end of the month, I'll be out of the office, and that'll be why. It's exciting stuff, interesting stuff that's happening. We want to get our stats up. Everybody's suffering. I saw Hobo Gamer talking in the chat the other day. Said, yeah, everybody's feeling the pinch. We'll continue to stay the course, do what we do best, and wait for the views to come creeping back in. And we know, this is the beginning of the year. As we hit mid-year, Q3, that's when things can blow up again, when all these products start rolling in and we're tinkering with them and stuff. So it's not that I'm waiting and banking on that. I'm not sitting on my hands. But I know that's on the horizon. That's kind of it's like a kid. Your birthday and Christmas are coming at the back half of the year. That was always me. I have a June and then December, right? So I know that first half of the year is no presents, but I'll have presents at the end of the year. So I'll have guaranteed views that will come out of opportunities to review things later. In the meantime, I'm adding this evergreen content that's not product based that will continue to serve us, like this tier ranking I'm going to work on today. Okay. Let me go get after said work that I'd love to try to finish today. We'll see how far I can get. I'll thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog, if that's what you did. You know that if you're one of those purple people, don't forget to get your nominations in the primaries. I love you for being here regularly. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Have a great Wednesday, this hump day. Don't forget to do something good for yourself. I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.